Hi, I'm Nicole, and for my assignment number 3 project, I chose to research SKRBL. I'm pretty sure it is just an acronym. I wasn't exactly sure when I was doing my research. It didn't state if it was an acronym or if that was just what the tool was called. So, um, going to the audience. The targeted audience for this assistive technology would be students who are in a special education classroom, although in my opinion, I think that it would be an awesome tool to use in any classroom because pretty much any student could use it. I think that it would be a helpful tool for them to stay focused and be more interactive during a lesson rather than just watching a teacher go through the lesson. So specifically students who have trouble focusing or need extra visual representation, or just students that learn better using hands-on activities. I know as a student that I would have loved to be able to use a tool like this just to be more involved or get kind of a better grasp on the lesson being taught. So moving on to the review, I added this website that I got most of my research from. And whenever I was doing my research, I noticed that it had an overall 3 out of 5 rating. I haven't used the tool, but I thought that that was pretty good because looking at it, I just liked how interactive it was. So basically, here's some examples of it's an interactive whiteboard for a classroom rather than just using like the regular whiteboard that a teacher has in their room. I think that it's more of a smart board that you can use during a lesson to get students to participate. So like I said, it's a creative way to share ideas without having to pay. And I think that when I read this website, it gave me more of an idea about how to use the tool. At first, when I was just reading about it, I didn't exactly know what it was. So, like I said, I liked that website. So, going on to the cost. SKRBL is free to any teacher who wants to use it, and I think that as I was doing my observations this semester, I had conversations with teachers about how they always have to pay out of pocket for things, and I think that it was really awesome that this assisted technology was free, and so teachers didn't have to go out of their way to acquire it. They could just get online during a lesson and use it. So I thought that was really awesome. So moving on to pros and cons and recommendations, I'm going to do pros and cons first. When I was doing my research, I noticed that a couple of pros were it was a hands-on technology to incorporate students. So during a lesson, you wouldn't just let the students sit on the carpet. You could involve them and give them kind of a feel of just leading, I guess, in discussion. And it's a free component. So, like I said, teachers would not have to go out of their way to use this assisted technology. And also, they would have the ability to connect with others through the product. And so on the website, you can actually interact with other people, not just people in your class. I think you can interact with people who also use the tool. So actually just one con that I noticed was that a couple of people wrote that the website tends to be slow, and so it wouldn't be ideal if you were on a time crunch. In case it lagged and you had to move on, I think that it would be better to use just an actual whiteboard that you can create your own pace. But other than that, there were more pros, and so I think it would be really awesome to try this tool. So for my recommendation, I said overall I would recommend SKRBL to a special education classroom teacher. is a great assisted technology tool for the teacher to use during a lesson instead of your average whiteboard or chalkboard. So, like I said, just to get students involved who have the need for a visual representation or just to get them to participate. So that is the end of my presentation, and I hope you liked it.